नमस्कार। दीदी अरुण प्रभा की आज के इस कार्यक्रम इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे में आप सभी का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है और इस अवसर पर मैं आपकी होस्ट मॉर्गन आप सभी को डीडी अरुण प्रभा परिवार की ओर से आई विश यू ऑल अ वेरी वेरी हैप्पी इंटरनेशनल वुमेन्स डे। दोस्तों, महात्मा गांधी ने कहा था, इफ़ यू एजुकेट अ मैन यू आर एजुकेटिंग एन इंडिविजुअल, इफ़ यू एजुकेट अ वुमन यू आर एजुकेटिंग अ फैमिली। There was a time when women were not allowed to step out of their house. They were not allowed to read and write. They were not allowed to work, to earn, and they were not even allowed to be at par with men. But today, things have changed. With the initiative of few great men, with the initiative of the constant fight and struggle by women who dared to plunge, and with the initiative of government for gender equality and for women empowerment, gradually things are changing and there is still lots to change. And today things have changed. There are many women in the world who have earned names in different fields, be it in private sector, public sector, government sector, or even in armed forces. And in order to dedicate a day, in order to acknowledge their achievement, International Women's Day is celebrated globally every year on 8th of March. और ऐसे ही हमारे अरुणाचल प्रदेश में भी बहुत सारे महिलाएं हैं जो अपने अपने क्षेत्र में काफ़ी आगे बढ़ रहे हैं और काफ़ी नाम भी कमा चुके हैं। और ऐसे ही महिलाओं में से हमारे बीच आज एक ऐसे महिला मौजूद है जो शी इज़ वेरी डायनामिक, मल्टीफेसेटेड। वो एक फॉर्मर चेयरपर्सन और वाइस चेयरपर्सन ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश स्टेट कमीशन फॉर वुमेन रह चुके हैं एंड शी इज़ ऑल्सो अ परमानेंट मेंबर ऑफ अरुणाचल प्रदेश वुमेन वेलफेयर सोसाइटी। शी इज़ एडवोकेट राधेलू चाय तेची। मैम, first of all, a very, very warm welcome to our studio.
Thank you.
Okay, ma'am, to start with, we know you as the chairperson, which I think term abhi hi recently khatam hue hai. So we know we know you as the chairperson of Arunachal Pradesh State Commission for Women. So apart from that, we would like to know something more about you.
I have been associated with Arunachal Pradesh Women Welfare Society since 2005-06, and I did my schooling from Vivekananda Kendra, Tafragam, and further I did my senior secondary from Kalakshetra Foundation, Besant Arundel Senior Secondary School, Kalakshetra. Later on I pursued my law BSL LLB from Symbiosis Law College, Pune, and for a few years I practiced in Guwahati High Court. And after that I was there as the vice chairperson of APSCW since 2011-14. Next again I got the opportunity to work for the women as the chairperson of APSCW from since 2018 to 2022.
Okay, and आप जैसे कि एक chairperson रह चुके हैं, how are the members of APSCW selected or elected and for how long?
There is an advertisement after the tenure is over of a particular commission. The commission gives a advertisement in the this one daily newspaper, and there is an advertisement regarding posts created, and any interested person who wants to work should apply within that date, and there are some certain criteria they have to fulfill. They have to be women of considerable knowledge who have worked for the women empowerment and all, and who have worked for social work and all, and they have to apply. And if all those biodata and all that application is submitted to the Women Commission member secretary, and thereafter the Women Commission members, the outgoing members, go through the whatever applications come, and they forward the application to the government, and the final list is prepared by the government of Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay, and if a woman is in need of help, how will she approach your APSCW office?
Any woman who is a distressed woman who is aggrieved and has any complaints it could be domestic violence cases, or it could be sexual harassment at workplace, that lady has to approach the Women Commission. They can approach directly the Office of Women Commission, which is situated at C Sector, Itanagar, near Bank Tinali, or they can also call directly to any of the members or member secretary. The numbers are already given there in the website of Arunachal Pradesh State Commission for Women. Then you have your WhatsApp numbers also, and any other person who is outside of the state or in far-flung areas may approach the Women Commission through mail also, apacw@itanagar@gmail.com.
Okay, and ma'am, if a woman, she is not from Itanagar, she stays in some rural places, so how will she approach you?
That lady can call up now to all the interior areas, also have phone number and all. There are BSNL WhatsApp numbers which have WhatsApp also, so they can call directly through the phone numbers, or they can give a WhatsApp call or even WhatsApp messages to the Women Commission members. And there is also official number also, so any of the staffs will pick up if the members are not able to receive the call also. So that way also they can file a complaint.
Okay.
And otherwise they can send it through mail also.
And is there any centers, Women Commission centers outside Itanagar?
No. Now within a few years, last few years, you have these various one-stop centers in all the districts. So any aggrieved women in the district, if they are not able to directly approach the Women Commission, they can first file a complaint in the one-stop center if they have any complaints regarding domestic violence, sexual harassment, or crime against women. So they can file their complaint in the one-stop centers, or they can go directly to the police also. And from the one-stop centers also, sometimes the cases are forwarded to the Women Commission. And every state has their own state commission for women, like Assam will have their own, Meghalaya will have their own. And other than that, state level, you have the State Commission for Women. At national level, the National Commission for Women, where women at the national level can file their complaint.
Okay. And like this year's International Women's Day theme is Gender Equality Today for a Sustainable Tomorrow. So मैम अरुणाचल में how, like एक मेल और फीमेल में डिफरेंस कितना ये है आपके हिसाब से, like how are women treated by men?
Most of the people in Arunachal and most Arunachalis, we always say that अरुणाचल प्रदेश में डिस्क्रिमिनेशन नहीं होता है महिला और पुरुष के बीच में. That is true to some extent, but on the other hand, if you see, women still cannot sit in Kebang and all. Women cannot be a witness or cannot give the statements. In many tribes of Arunachal Pradesh, the women are not allowed to speak in the Kebang and all. So that shows that we don't have equality at the grassroots level. Even in most districts also, where the Gaon Buras and Gaon Buris are appointed, you see in some district and tribes there are almost no Gaon Buris. But the numbers are increasing slowly in every district. But even then, you can see the discrimination there also, because at the ground level, in the village level, it is the Gaon Buras and Gaon Buris who decide the cases, who decide the disputes and all. And on the other hand, you see, even now in Arunachal Pradesh, we don't have property rights for girls. So I think that shows the difference or the discrimination the girl faces in Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay, and अब जैसे कि आपने कहा कि property rights नहीं है, last time maybe in your term there was a controversy bill which can you highlight about the Arunachal Pradesh Marriage and Inheritance of Property draft bill?
Actually, we went through a lot of things before coming up with the final draft. Since our entry as a chairperson and as members in 2018 last as the Women Commission members and chairperson, we started our, as soon as we got this one selected as members and chairperson, we started our district tour to various districts of Arunachal Pradesh in all the interior districts. Thereafter we spoke with all the NGOs in all the districts and all, and thereafter we had a wide discussion with all the stakeholders and all, and in 2020 we had a big celebration of International Women's Day, where we invited the various NGOs and CBOs from various districts and belonging to different tribes. And there we got their opinion and their resource persons to speak on the marriage traditions and property rights of the girls and women in every tribe, and also about the traditional practices in each tribe. So we had a very wide discussion there, and all the members from various CBOs represented their viewpoint and what needs to be done to bring changes in their customary practices and all. Next, subsequently, we continued with our legal awareness programs, which was remaining, and then in the next 2021 International Women's Day, again we called all the stakeholders, the student union bodies, the various CBOs and all, and we again had a deeper discussion on this topic only regarding property rights of women of Arunachal Pradesh, and also regarding the marriage practices of Arunachal Pradesh practiced among the various tribes. So there, after 2 to 3 days, we had we called all the Gaon Budas representing the various tribes and all, and even the CBO members were present, and even the student union, and there were law students also from Himalaya College and other colleges also, and we had discussion. We called the intellectuals and also the advocates from legal background and all, and we had a wide discussion regarding what needs to be done to improve the condition of the women and their rights, especially in relation to the property rights of women of Arunachal Pradesh. There it was decided that women in Arunachal Pradesh needs to have their property rights, because it's been long since they are without this right. And though wives and the widows do get property rights, but girls as such cannot directly inherit the property rights in most of the tribes of Arunachal Pradesh, and that was a very big thing which was discussed. And then later on, the Women Commission with the CBOs and all had 2 to 3 meetings specifically on whether the women needs to be given property rights in Arunachal Pradesh. One was done in hotel, where the CBOs and the women NGOs and the women wing also came of the various CBOs and all. Nishinyam Acham was there, and then you had this GWS women wing, and even Adika, ABK ka women wing and all were there, and even the intellectuals and the advocates were there. Then later on there was a final meeting in DK Convention Hall, where it was decided by all the esteemed members present from various CBOs, and even the APSU was present in the final meeting, and the Apex Women body represented by Arunachal Pradesh Women Welfare Society was representing the women NGOs as the Apex Women body, and then there was the APSU representing the Apex Student body, and even there was BJP Mahila was also there as a spectator. Then it was decided in the final meeting that the framework of the Arunachal Pradesh Marriage and Inheritance Bill draft was decided and finalized there in the final meeting. So the main contention about that bill was regarding they had the bill when it was finally shaped, उसमें ये डिसाइड किया था कि लड़कियों को प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स देना चाहिए, हर अरुणाचली जो भी APST है उसको प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स मिलना चाहिए, एंड सेकेंडली जो पॉलीगमी प्रैक्टिस करता है जैसे IPC में उसके लिए पनिशमेंट होता है, उसी तरह अरुणाचल प्रदेश के अंदर भी वो पनिशमेंट होना चाहिए. सो various sections from Hindu Marriage Act, Muslim Marriage Act, Special Marriage Act, Mizo Marriage Act were taken, and then a final shape was given to AP Marriage and Inheritance of Property Bill Draft 2021 by the Women Commission and also by the NGOs and CBOs who were present there.
ओके एंड मैम यू आर ऑल्सो एन एडवोकेट, तो आपके पास ऐसे किस तरह के महिलाएं मोस्टली अपने ग्रीवेंसेस लेके आते हैं?
I think I have been more into Women Commission than I have not got much time to have practice my own. I had to continue with my private practice. But as far as I see, महिलाओं के साथ जो प्रॉब्लम्स ज़्यादा उनको फेस करना पड़ता है वो है घरेलू हिंसा का. डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस केसेस बहुत ज़्यादा है अरुणाचल प्रदेश में. Many are reported and many more are unreported. Even when you see the जो क्राइम ये है ग्राफ है इवन ऑल ओवर इंडिया ऑल्सो यू सी दैट जो केसेस है घरेलू हिंसा का वो बहुत सारा केस अनरिपोर्टेड जाता है एंड very few cases come which is reported in the Women Commission or in the police stations and all. And other than that अगर आप देखोगे there are other crime against women like जो assault का है आपका, then rape cases है, they are slowly they are rising, and in Arunachal Pradesh you see that cyber crimes are increasing slowly day by day. So these are the things status of Arunachal Pradesh, and even child marriage cases are very high in Arunachal Pradesh, but before it was child marriage, forced marriage, now it is more of early marriages.
Okay, and being a woman, personally, do you think yourself as a powerful lady?
Being a woman, I don't think I am powerful or something like that, but the only thing is because I face all the problems faced by other women in Arunachal Pradesh and all over the world. I face similar situations, similar problems, and I think that's the reason why I can speak up for other women, because I understand what problems they are facing at home and in their workplace. And that shortcomings every woman, most of the women face, whether it's at home or in the working place or anywhere outside.
Okay, and personally, have you faced any kind of barriers at your workplace?
When I was, whenever I used to practice, when I was there in this one High Court and all, I saw that in the courts, I think it's one of the best places for a woman to practice actually, because when you have a judge who is educated and who goes for gender equality, you see that they are very neutral and they are always ready to hear to the female advocates also. They encourage a lot to the young lawyers and all, and they are ready to give keen ears to the young advocates or women lawyers for that matter. So I always found the court the best place for the women to be in.
Okay, and have you ever regretted being as a woman?
I really never regretted being a woman, though I just, as I told you already, being a woman has made me understand the problems faced by the women. And if I speak up for women today, it's because I understand the problems they face. अगर मैं मर्द होता तो शायद मुझे उनका प्रॉब्लम्स के बारे में इतना समझ नहीं होता जितना आज मुझे है. Many women and many people criticize us for talking. They say these women are speaking nonsense. They just want to highlight the grievances and speak something blah blah and something. But the thing is, I am speaking up for the women because I am a woman and I understand their problem. Being an educated woman does not solve all the problems. You are still a woman and you have to face the similar problems at home and in workplace.
Yes, very rightly said. And ma'am, I am sure that you must be an inspiration to many. Do you have any idol or any inspiration?
Oh, I think every empowered woman, whether she's empowered socially who works for women empowerment, or whether she is in political field or economically she is an empowered woman. All these women are a idol for many women, and I think any woman who is empowered is in itself good example for many women to follow. So if I see an empowered lady in any field, I think she is an inspiration for any of us and most of us.
What message would you like to give to the women out there?
I would like to tell all the women that you should never think you are weak, and you should never limit yourself to your household. You should be ready that kal ko agar there is any problem which may come upon you, tomorrow, say for example, your husband may not be with you, your children may not look after you. So you should be able to look after yourself, whether in youth or after your husband is no more with you, whether after he dies or after your children are grown up. You might be old, even then you should not be dependent on anybody, and you have to be empowered, and you have to be ready to face any challenges the world throws at you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was great pleasure having you here. Every woman, every one of us, we are special in our own different ways. Why celebrate Women's Day only on 8th March? In fact, we should celebrate it every day, because I believe we are one of the most precious, one of the most beautiful gift that has been given to mankind. So all you women out there, be proud of what you are, be proud of who you are, believe in yourself, and always love yourself with all the flaws in you. And on that note, I take your leave. Thank you so much for being with us. Namaskar.